See, we can come up with all kinds of stories. We can use our imagination a lot, and that's okay. But what we have to always remember, guys, that imagination is not science. Observation is science. So to be true science, you have to be able to observe it. See, there's all kinds of books out there telling about dinosaurs, what they ate, everything about their life. But do they really know that for sure? Were they there to observe it? No. So be careful when you read those. We don't have to make up everything about dinosaurs, though, because when we put them together, we can find out things like their sizes. Like Mr. Stegosaurus right here. We know that he was a big dinosaur. He was up to 25 feet, some of them up to 30 feet. And for you teachers out there, what you might want to do at the end of this is get a tape measure out and stretch it out 25 feet so these kids can see how big this guy actually was, all right? He was a large dinosaur. But if you look at the picture, you'll notice something about him. Even as big as he was, he had a small head. Very small head. Not only that, he had a small brain. In fact, his brain was about this size right there. That's a walnut. He had a very small brain. Scientists don't believe he was too smart. And I don't believe it's because of his brain size. I don't think brain size has that much to do it. But when you have a very large body with a small brain, then it does make a little difference. So they don't think he was real smart. And this guy had body parts all over him. He had spikes coming off plates coming off his back, and he had spikes coming off his tail, didn't he? In fact, here's one of his spikes right here. All right, take a look at that. That's a pretty nice spike, huh? Actually, some of them are up to this big right here. Now, how would you like to get smacked in the kneecap with one of those? You like that? No, that'd probably hurt, wouldn't it, all right? What did we always say that he used this for? Well, when I was a kid, well, even up to recently, we were always taught that this was used for defense. If another dinosaur came up and was giving old Stegosaurus a hard time, he'd just smack him up alongside the head, wouldn't he? But you know what they've discovered? They've actually found some complete tails with the spikes attached, and they discovered that actually that's a very weak tail. They've done some computer analysis and some engineering and discovered that if he had smacked something with his tail, that tail would break right off. So now they're having to come up with a different idea. What did he use that for? Well, maybe he used it just for looks. You know, we have a lot of animals today, all right, that have pretty parts all over them, don't we? And a lot of them are just for looks. Many of them are used to attract mates. I want you guys to imagine that this, what I'm holding here, is a girl Stegosaurus. You look over at the screen over there, and that's a boy Stegosaurus. She looks over there and sees his mate. Ooh la la! She likes what she sees, and she's attracted to him as a mate. Maybe that's what that was all about, okay? But here's probably one of the biggest problems for this being for defense is when we go to our Bible. In the beginning, when Stegosaurus was created on day 6, right, there was no death in the world. There was no death till Adam and Eve sinned. Nobody was eating anybody except all they were eating was plants. That's what God created all the animals, including man, to eat, okay? Now remember, man is not an animal, but man was supposed to eat plants too. So in the beginning, he could not use that for defense because nobody was trying to eat him. It was only after Adam sinned and death came into the world that then these animals could start eating or fighting or killing each other. So in the beginning, we know that there was a different purpose for those spikes. We might not know what that purpose is even today, but we know in the beginning it was not used for protection. It was for something else.